guys, it's your boy Milano Miguel, back at it again with another video. Today we'll be doing a recap of Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich, also known as Der Klassiker. So here we go. So, Der Klassiker, also known as Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund, however you want to call it. The two famous sides are rivals that clash against each other. This is kind of the equivalent as Juventus versus AC Milan. Bayern Munich are at the top of Bundesliga, leading Borussia Dortmund by 4 points. And if Borussia Dortmund are able to win, they can close that gap to 1 point. And should they lose, the point gap would go to 7 for Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are currently seeking their 8th consecutive Bundesliga title, which would be the most consecutive in history. So Borussia Dortmund are trying to stop the party. Going into this run, both teams are on a 2-win streak, and both teams are looking pretty good in the last 2 match days. Borussia Dortmund going with the same lineup, keeping a 3-4-2-1. Roman Bürki in goal, Michael Akanji, Mats Hummels, and Piszczek in the defense. Rafael Guerreiro, Mohamed Dahoud, Thomas Delaney, Achraf Hakimi in the midfield. We had Julian Brandt, Erling Haaland, and Thorgan Hazard in the attack. And Bayern München also lining up with the 4-2-3-1 with Neuer in goal, Alphonso Davies playing left back, partnered with David Alaba and also Jerome Boateng and Benjamin Pavard in right back. We have Goretzka and Kimmich as the defensive midfielders, and then we have Serge Gnabry, Thomas Muller, and Kingsley Coman in the midfield, and then we had the ex-Borussia Dortmund striker Robert Lewandowski in the striker. One thing that was quite interesting about this Der Klassiker is that although that COVID-19 has made all games behind closed doors and no fans are allowed, crowd noises were implemented into this game, and I've got to say I kind of like that effect to this game. It made it feel less boring and less of a practice match. I feel like the crowd noise helps, so I'm all for it. Getting into the game, didn't really know what to expect, but I was rooting for Borussia Dortmund to take the win because I want Borussia Dortmund to win the Bundesliga title. I'm tired of seeing Bayern Munich win the title. I saw Borussia Dortmund lose to Bayern Munich in the 2013 Champions League final, and the year before that Chelsea won, beating Bayern Munich, which was a sweet sight. But anyways, back to it. So Dortmund came out the blocks up and running. In the first 30 seconds, they had Manuel Neuer scrambling off his line, and Erling Haaland took a shot because Neuer was no longer on his line, but Jerome Boateng was there to clear the ball off the line. Good start from Borussia Dortmund, in my opinion. They also created another chance in the 9th minute in which Erling Haaland had an opportunity to strike at goal but missed. I would say Borussia Dortmund controlled most of the game for about 20-25 minutes, and then Bayern Munich came back to attack them. Bayern Munich created this one beautiful attack in which Kingsley Coman was in the box and put the ball in, and there was a shot taking. Roman Bürki was nowhere to be found, but Lucas Piszczek, a beautiful goal line clearance from Lucas Piszczek. I'd say the game was pretty even for the most part, but then right before halftime, BVB fell asleep and Roman Bürki decided to come off his line, in which Joshua Kimmich decided to chip him in the 43rd minute, breaking the deadlock. And Borussia Dortmund, the home team, went down 1-0 right before halftime. I've got to say, if that goal did not go in before halftime, this would have been an even game, but after that goal went in, it seemed like psychologically there was a mental barrier that Borussia Dortmund had to get over, and they weren't able to get over with that. In the first half, we also saw Alphonso Davies light it up and give plenty of problems to Borussia Dortmund with his lightning pace, which was clocked in at 21 miles per hour. I don't know how fast that is, but hey, that's quite interesting. We also had, after the half, Lucien Favre decided to take out Thomas Delaney for Emre Can and also take out Julian Brandt for Jadon Sancho. Now, a lot of people are questioning why didn't Sancho start, but there has been some issues of fitness and concerns about that. For the most part, I thought Thomas Delaney was probably the man of the match for the first half, and I didn't think Thomas Delaney deserved to come out. I could understand Julian Brandt because Julian Brandt didn't do as much in this game as he did in the past 2 games, but I wasn't expecting Thomas Delaney to come out. Bayern Munich continued to put on the pressure for Borussia Dortmund, trying to create more attacks and more opportunities to score. For the most part, Bayern Munich sat back in defense and defended comfortably, not trying to force anything, while Borussia Dortmund scrambled to try to make an effort to score. Bayern Munich looked so comfortable on defense and looked so comfortable on the offense, just working the counterattack against Borussia Dortmund for the most part. But then in the 57th minute, controversy strikes. Defender Jerome Boateng was inside of his box and subconsciously slipped while trying to defend Erling Haaland. Well, as he slipped, he tried to get up because he knew Erling Haaland was going to take a shot, in which he did. But Jerome Boateng, since he was already on the ground, decided that he was going to make his body bigger and insisted on using his elbow to block Erling Haaland's shot, which would have probably been on target and could have ended up in the net. No one knows. But in this instance, the replay shows that Jerome Boateng makes his body bigger, deliberately trying to block the ball, which Erling Haaland shot. But the question is, there was no VAR check for this. The ball went out for a corner kick, in which Borussia Dortmund took the quick corner kick because that's Borussia Dortmund's nature. They like to go off the break fast and everything. Fast-paced build-up. There was no VAR check. None of the officials on the field were notified. Had this went to VAR, this would have been deemed a handball and Borussia Dortmund would have got a penalty, which could have tied up the game to make it 1-1, changing the whole entire face of this game. But BVB were on the unlucky side of the coin today, and there was no VAR check, and Jerome Boateng got away with it. This is the issue with VAR. It's so inconsistent. I think in this, especially in this game that's a title determining race, had this gone to VAR and Borussia Dortmund got the penalty, they got a goal in, 1-1. The gap at the table still would have been 4 points, which is manageable for Borussia Dortmund to catch up. But it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it now. What's done is done, and Borussia Dortmund are going to have to suffer the consequences for it. Personally, when Jadon Sancho was introduced at halftime, he wasn't having the best games. He seemed kind of not himself today. Along with Borussia Dortmund's attack, they just seem to not have that quality in the final third to finish and score a goal to tie up the game. Erling Haaland came off in the 72nd minute with a sustained probable injury. No one knows what the injury is. I've done updates and checked Borussia Dortmund's website and their Twitter, but nothing has been confirmed or updated. But Erling Haaland was limping when he came off the field. He was replaced by Gio Reyna, the U.S. men's national team young prodigy, and Kingsley Coman was also replaced by Ivan Perisic. Soon after that, Lucas Piszczek was also replaced by Mario Götze, who also played for Bayern Munich. Lucien Favre wanted to go for a more attacking nature because this is about the 80th minute of the game, which is do or die in the situation. Mario Götze came on, but to no avail. He didn't really do much either. After that, Mohamed Dahoud took a brilliant shot that caught Manuel Neuer off guard, but lo and behold, it only went to a corner kick, and Borussia Dortmund didn't capitalize from that. There was a counterattack in which Robert Lewandowski had a shot deflected by Mats Hummels, who also played for Bayern Munich. But nevertheless, after that shot by Lewandowski, the game kind of died off. Boateng came off and was replaced by Lucas Hernandez, which is Theo Hernandez's brother. And then Javi Martinez came on to replace Serge Gnabry in the 87th minute. At the end of the game, Borussia Dortmund were unable to capitalize and unable to get 3 points or 1 point. They left the Signal Iduna Park, their home stadium, with 0 points. The stats for the game are underlined as this. Borussia Dortmund had 51% possession compared to Bayern Munich's 49% possession. Borussia Dortmund also had 13 shots, 5 on target, compared to Bayern Munich's 11 shots, 5 on target. But to no avail, Borussia Dortmund didn't come back with the points, and Bayern Munich are now leading the Bundesliga table with 7 points. Overall, this wasn't their Klassiker that we expected. Their Klassiker has been filled with highs, lows, goals from bizarre angles and whatnot. But it's kind of disappointing to see that Borussia Dortmund may not have that close title race that we wish for in the Bundesliga this year. Hopefully, we don't know what's going to happen. There's still a couple games left. Munich could drop points. Some of these teams could end up beating them, but it's not quite likely with the 7-point lead. It looks like Bayern Munich are going to win the 8th Bundesliga title. That's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Forza Milan, and peace.